Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. We're here in Vancouver, and one of the things that reminds me of spring in Vancouver is rhubarb. So I'm going to put together this really simple rhubarb custard cake, and I've got all my ingredients ready to go, so we'll start putting them together. But first of all, we have our flour, baking powder, and salt. We've got some granulated sugar, whole eggs, and a couple of egg yolks. We've got some rum, sour cream, and lemon zest, and then some melted but cooled butter, and then of course the star of the dish, the rhubarb. I hope you enjoy this recipe and dish, and it should be a lot of fun. First thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our sugar and our eggs, and we're just gonna put them into my stand-up mixer here, and we're gonna get those incorporated and put them on medium speed for about 4 or 5 minutes. So we're basically trying to get a little bit more air into the eggs and the sugar, so that makes our cake nice and light and fluffy. So while we've got that going on right now, we're gonna move back onto the other side and prepare a bunch of our other ingredients to get this cake moving. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whisk together the rest of our ingredients, and then we'll put them all together to make our batter. So the first one up is we've got our flour, our baking powder, and our salt. So we just put that into a stainless steel bowl. Again, it's all about air to make this light and fluffy. So we start to whisk all our ingredients together, make sure that they're well mixed. No need to sift them because we're gonna put them into our mixer again. So we've got that bowl ready to go. And then in our next one, we've got our rum, sour cream, and lemon zest, and that'll go in. I always use a spatula just to make sure that you get all of our measured out ingredients. And then we've got our melted but cooled butter. So again, we keep our dry and our wet ingredients separate. Again, we whisk those together just so that they're well combined. You see, it smells amazing. Lemon and rum, you can't really go wrong. So we have those ingredients mixed together, keeping them separate from our dry. And now we're gonna move back to the mixer to put them all together to finish off our batter. So I've mixed together all our wet ingredients. So we had our eggs and sugar that we've mixed together previously, and then I've added in our sour cream, our rum, and our lemon zest. And now I've just put in our flour, baking powder, and salt. So we're just gonna stir that together lightly, just to incorporate them. And once they're just incorporated, you just want to stop for a second, scrape down the sides, just so you're getting everything involved. Stir them back together again. And at this point, then we're going to go back to our prepared pan and start putting this dish together. So we've got our batter ready to go. I've also got a 9-inch springform pan that I'm going to be using for this cake. So the bottom of it is just lined with parchment paper, and then the edges are buttered on the outside. You can see the consistency of it, just like a regular cake muffin batter, and we just pour that in straight into the middle. You don't want to hit the sides. Again, using a spatula to get all of your product into the pan. So we're just going to put that aside and let that rest for 10 minutes. And while we're doing that, we're going to prepare our rhubarb. Now we're going to cut our rhubarb and then arrange it nicely on the top of it. We're not going to press it down into the batter. We're just going to set it nicely on the top. So I used the previous ones as kind of a guide to how I'm going to cut it. You cut off the unripe part, which is a little bit white. We're just going to cut this in half, and we've got all our rhubarb ready to go. Once we have set it in place, we're going to sprinkle this with sugar and into the oven for about 45 minutes, and checking it every 5 minutes after that. You just want to gently lay it down. Don't worry about being too particular. It's going to bake together. Once you've lined the top to your desired liking, like I said, sprinkle with sugar, and then we're going to bake this in the oven. So the cake is now out of the oven. It took about 55 minutes, and you can see it's like beautifully golden brown all the way around. It's kind of separated from the pan a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll leave this for about a half an hour to cool, and then we'll take it out of the mold and then leave it overnight before portioning it tomorrow.